Welcome back. We're having another with Espo. We're having it again. I've recorded this video twice now, or at least this will be twice. I was supposed to be getting away with making one less drink because this is a 2-for-1. But then the fucking microphone didn't work. It cut out on me. Traitor. Judas is what I say. No sound. No sound at all. It was fantastic. Anyway, it's St. Patrick's Month. Welcome back. It's day 9, I think. It's Friday. It's super late on Friday now. It was going to come out way earlier. Not so much. On the plus side, you do get 2-ish for the price of 1. We're going to make 2 very similar drinks because when I've been looking for drinks on the internet for St. Patrick's Day, they either start getting really, really weird, like needing pistachio syrup or allspice dram, which apparently takes 12 days to make and can't be bought in this country, or at least in this county. There's some, but it's far, and I'm not driving that far for it. I'm trying to make everything with things that are readily accessible, and I figure if it's too much work for me, it's not super YouTube friendly. So if it takes a very specific kind of bitters, and I've never heard of it, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Black walnut bitters, okay, that's about as far as I'm willing to go, but I still don't have those. Got a bunch, got lots. There's like 6 on the bar, another 2 here, 3 over there. Weird ones in here. Got some hot pepper ones. That's fun. But again, if I don't have it, and I've got entirely too many bar things, it's probably not a good sign that most people are going to have it. That's kind of what the point of this channel is, to make things a little easy. Not to make things super, super fancy. I realize I'm going a little all out with the Benedictine and stuff like that. But those are all readily accessible things. You just might not choose to have them. I happen to like those things, so I have them. So that's a problem. That was the first problem, that either it's super not accessible, or it's green for the sake of being green, which I was trying to get a little bit away from. And then my third problem, that they're all almost identical. That it's Irish whiskey and then something and then Benedictine and then something else, and it's the same. And there's 4 or 5 that are all kind of the same that way. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's turn into the swerve. Let's make 2 that are pretty much the same. We're going to make an emerald. Start off. Except we're not going to make a full emerald. We're going to make half an emerald. And I'll explain why in a minute. So, got our chilled martini glass. Got our mixing glass. I put some very regular ice because I ran out of bagged ice in there. Starting off with what should be 2 ounces of Irish whiskey. We're going to use Roe & Co. because the bottle's almost gone. And I've got a backup. And I just like it. It's really tasty. I'm going to use it when I can. So instead of 2 ounces, we're going to go with 1 ounce. Start this off. And these are all entirely spirit, so they're just going to be stirred and not shaken up. No juice in this one. Calls for 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. So we're going to go half an ounce. Now, when I made this initially, I was a little trepidatious, thinking, oh good, Irish whiskey and my favorite thing, vermouth. But now I know already, I kind of like this one. 1 dash of orange bitters. It calls for 1 dash. I can't make it less than 1 dash. I could try to make it half a dash, but I don't know how well that's going to go. Boop. It's about half. Yeah, that works. Grab a spoon without trying to disrupt too many things. Give this a stir. Get a little bit of condensation on there. So I already know this drink kind of works. And it's essentially just an Irish Manhattan. Kind of dig it. I think that's probably what the problem was. Don't love the vermouth and rye mixture. But vermouth and Irish, I can kind of deal with. I'm going to pop this in and give it a taste test in front of you. Doesn't that look like a little piddly cocktail? Because it's only half of one. Half an emerald. This one also takes an orange peel, which is nice and Irish. It's that half of the Irish. Just because it's a Catholic holiday doesn't mean you can't have a little bit of Protestant side too. Gonna express a little bit, give it a swath around the side, and pop that to the side because I don't need it in the drink, and the next one doesn't call for it. Let's give it a check. Smells beautifully orangey. Love that. The vermouth's there. We're using Dubliner. Of the vermouths I've tried, this one's one of my favorites. This one's a little bit more vermouth heavy than the last one I made was. Still pretty good. That's really tasty. I like it. There you go. That's an emerald. Perfectly cromulent St. Paddy's Day drink. Now we're going to do something we probably should never ever do. And that is pour this back in to the mixing cup. And put this to the side. Got this here. We're going to put that to the side. The other drink we're going to make is called a Dubliner. And it's got most of the same ingredients. So here we go. Back to the Roe & Co. I'm going to put a little bit more than an ounce because I've already taken a sip. We're doing some strict math on this one, guys. In she goes. And a little dibble. The reason why we only did a half emerald is because the emerald calls for a full ounce of vermouth. The Dubliner only calls for half an ounce. We're still going to put a little tipple in here just to make up for that sip we took. It's probably too much, but that's fine. The other ingredient is half an ounce of Grand Marnier. You can use any kind of orange liqueur you want. But Grand Marnier is a little bit smoother, a little bit richer, I find. Got some vanilla to it, you know. Very tasty. It's got some cognac in it, so it comes out a little richer. And then, instead of 1 dash of orange bitters, 3 dashes. Boop, boop, to make 3. Waste not, want not. We're going to use the same spoon. Give it a stirry stir. Mixy, mixy. Sorry, other beard guy. Stole your thing. Don't need to stir this for too long because it's already pretty diluted. Shaking up those writer's tears real good. Pop that to the side. Grab our strainer. Get on there. Bring the martini glass back front and center. Pop that in. Here is another one of those ingredients I don't have. So it calls for garnish of a green maraschino cherry. And damn it, I couldn't find any. And I'm not going to find any because I already have red ones. Got those toxic looking red ones. I don't need the toxic looking green ones. I've got some homemade cherries that are delightful. And then I've got those Amarena cherries that are a little bit too sweet for me, to be honest. If I'm really being honest, they make a couple drinks better, but they're not my favorite. Of my favorites, the homemades are the best. Here's a Dubliner. Let's give it a sniff. I do like the fact that the green maraschino cherry evens out that orange because it makes the full Irish flag if you look at it. If you look at it a certain way. Smells fantastic. Beautiful drink. Just everything plays off itself so nicely. The orange is there. You can tell the vermouth's in there, but it's not terrible. And then the Irish whiskey comes through so very nicely, especially this Roe & Co. It's just a beautiful whiskey. Again, this bottle's almost done. I'm going to kill it this week. And that's okay. Because we've got reserves. Because when this goes on sale, I get more of it. Because it's delicious. It's got a little bit of a pear flavor to it in the back end. Something I just love about it. Anyway, try that again. Oh, just a treat of a cocktail. Very subtle, very nice. Obviously very spirit forward because everything in it's booze. But yeah, no, I was going to say, but's not going to put you on your ass. It's going to put you on your ass. I'm loving every second of it. That's a delicious cocktail. It's a very end of the night kind of cocktail. Or a very start of the night kind of cocktail. Whichever you feel like getting into. Maybe an after dinner kind of cocktail. Very tasty. Absolutely ice cold. Fantastic. Give it a try. That was our Dubliner and half emerald. 2 cocktails, 1 glass. You loved it here. I loved it here. I had a great time doing it. I had a great time doing it the first time. Honestly, it was a really good episode, and you're never going to know what it said because volume's not there, and it made me very sad face. And it took me a few hours to get my wits together and do it again. And also, I didn't want to be drinking this much booze all in one go. Surprise! Anyway, St. Patrick's Day is like a day and a half away at this point now. Not even a day. It's like a day and a couple hours away now, which means I'm probably going to start telling Alexa to play Ship Off to Boston soon. Kind of how I work my midnight around St. Patrick's Day. It's one of my favorite things. Anyway, hope you had a great time with this one. Like I said, I had a fantastic time making it twice. So I tried to get off and not having as many cocktails, and here I am having the same amount. If you did like it, throw me a like. If you really liked it, subscribe. And if you want to tell all your friends, I wouldn't be upset about it. Cheers, guys. Press a button. Button work.